Hi, my name is Chelsea Bolles, and this is the making of the first song on my EP, which is Song of Forgetting. This is not a new song. Many of you will recognize this song from my previous EP. So you're probably thinking, what's the difference between this Song of Forgetting and the last Song of Forgetting? So that Song of Forgetting is in B flat, whereas this one is in C, because it's easier to play on the piano in C. Also, that one was a fully produced track. The track had been made by Elliot Greer, who's an amazing musician. He did a fabulous job with that track. He basically read my mind when making it because I was not the best at articulating what I wanted, and it was exactly what I had envisioned, so he's truly a wizard. Whereas this one is more stripped back because it's a live version of a song, so it's literally just me playing basic chords on the piano and singing along. When I first started writing my own music as an adult, I think I very desperately wanted to get away from my musical theater sound because I had been given the impression that people thought that was the only thing I knew how to do, so I desperately wanted to prove them wrong. And I didn't want them to associate me only with musical theater because I was trying to forge this brand new path into the music world, and I wanted to kind of adopt this indie pop, breathy, kind of like what Billie Eilish does kind of sound. She's amazing at doing that. Like, that is her bread and butter. I think because I was trying to emulate somebody who isn't me, I came up a little bit short. That's at least my opinion listening back on the tracks, is I wish I had been a little bit more true to my own sound. And I wish I would have supported my breath, because the breathy sound is really cool, but you gotta have the breath support to support it. I think today in 2025 I'm a lot more in tune with who I am as a vocalist, and that doesn't mean that I never sing breathy. It means that I do it my own stylistic way that is supported and healthy. I think I'm just a lot more in control of my voice and a lot more confident in how I naturally sound, and using the different facets of my voice in order to bring a story to life, and not using different facets of my voice just because I think, XYZ sounds a certain way, which equals better. So more into the content of this song. This song was written for and about my grandmother. So my grandma, who we all called Amma, struggled with dementia for quite a few years, but it was definitely the worst between 2020 and 2022, and she did eventually end up passing away in 2022. I wholeheartedly believe that her condition became so poor starting in 2020 because of the fact that we were experiencing a global pandemic. We were isolated from each other, and I know that being away from us was really, really hard for her, and I can't imagine how torturous it must have been for someone who is clinically mentally deficient in dopamine levels. I am certain that it just progressed her condition exponentially, which was very unfortunate for all of us to watch. It was really hard for me to watch. Once restrictions had lightened up, my partner Seth and I spent a lot of time with her. We'd go over and bring her lunch, check in, see how her day was going. I would drive her to dentist appointments. It became really hard for me to do that because I was watching her not be herself. I was watching her decline in her health, and that was really hard for me. Having the hindsight that I do now, if I could go back, I would like to think that I would be able to compartmentalize my own feelings a little bit more and just be there for her, because you truly don't understand how precious your time is with somebody until they're not here anymore. I let my emotions run the show for sure, and I think I started to withdraw a little bit emotionally because I didn't want to feel as upset as I did watching her not be okay. I had written this song to kind of process all these emotions that I was feeling. I'd known that I had wanted to write a song about her, and I had made like a PowerPoint presentation where I wrote out the structure of what I wanted this song to look like. Verse 1 was an old memory from childhood, and then you have the chorus, which is stating the theme of the song, and then the second verse is going to be a more recent memory from teenagehood. You got the chorus. Bridge is the transition into now, and then final chorus is finishing the theme, finishing what's going on right now in my life. And I knew that's what I wanted the structure to be, but I had no words, no melody, no accompaniment. One day I was driving on the highway and the phrase "Song of Forgetting" came into my mind, and specifically "This is a song of forgetting, this is a song of regretting, this is a song of remembering days past and leaving them to die." And I remember being like, oh, that was good. I can't forget that. So I recorded a voice memo, and when I got to the hook, which was like, "This is a song of forgetting and remembering better times," I was like, oh, that was some next level songwriting. That is the smartest thing I've ever come up with. Like, I don't think I can come up with a better hook ever. So I played it for my friends. They were like, "That's great, you have to keep working on that." And when my friends were over at our apartment one night, I sat down and I finished the song. I did verse 1, verse 2, the bridge, came up with the alternate words for chorus 2, just all in maybe like 20 minutes. It's the fastest I've ever written a song. Obviously I had done kind of the foundational work for it, but it was the fastest I had ever written a song, and I sang it for my friends. And my friend Sully was crying at the end, and they were like, "What the heck, Chelsea? Why did you just do that to me? I can't believe you just sat here and wrote that while we were here, and it's perfect." And I definitely took that as a big compliment, because I think Sully's a really great songwriter, and I think they're a really good judge of just great music in general. And so the fact that they were like, "I'm mad that you just did that so well," it was a really good feeling, a really defining moment. My new EP, comprised of songs recorded at Pete's Candy Store in Brooklyn, will be out on February 21st, 2025.